Hey, thank you for joining. Today we're going to talk about my Lake CX238 road cycling shoes. And we're going to compare them to my old Bontrager XXX cycling shoes and why people with wide feet should really consider looking at lakes. So I've had these shoes for about 500 miles. They are and have been a fantastic experience so far. I have slightly wide feet, not double E, but E for sure. When I ordered my original Bontrager shoes, now I've had these for 2 years, I ordered them in 44 normal. And for the most part, they're really good. The heel's fantastic, super stiff. But my issue was across the toes and across kind of the center of my foot. When I measured the carbon with this little micrometer or whatever you call it, 90 millimeters side to side for the carbon. When I come to the lakes, measure them side to side, they're 96. So over half a centimeter more of width has basically changed the way I feel about cycling shoes and how much comfort I can have on the bike. So we're going to quickly do some weight. In the meantime, we're going to talk a little bit more about these shoes. So I acquired these from my current team sponsor, Lake, before we got our sponsorship, I'd like to point out. Got them as a blemished item, so I think one of their employees was using it maybe for a test ride, and seriously, they're no marks at all for $100. Currently online, you can get them for $227 competitive cyclists, and I think that's an insane deal. When I bought these Bontrager XXX shoes, they were $450. They're super stiff, 14 out of 14, and these lakes must be similar stiffness, within a few Newton meters of torque. We're going to measure these against a worn pair of Bontrager shoes. We have 313, 314 grams, and I think this one already measured 309. Yep. Compared to the lakes are going to be 337, 336 in this case, my mistake, and 337, 338. So within a gram or two, a little bit better consistency compared to the Bontragers. Now these have missing top coat, some old cleats. These are brand new, only ridden on the trainer. I really like the design on the bottom. I love the carbon gloss. I think it looks really nifty. And I've seen people with some old lakes, and this really holds up well. So why should you buy these if you have wide feet? They are half a centimeter wider or more than your current shoes. The boas, these are the old generation Li1 boas, but they are bidirectional. The new CX239s have come out, and basically what they've done is they've adjusted the tongue a little bit, and they've spread out the boas. I honestly don't know if it's worth the extra $100 over, or maybe $150 over the online pricing. These are fantastic. They ventilate pretty well, but if you have super sweaty feet in hot climate, maybe they're not best for you. They only have this little hole for ventilation. These are a little bit bigger. They're nice on the top here. And this ventilates pretty good, but definitely the bottom of my foot gets a little warmer than my old XXX shoes, which have giant holes at the front and down the center here. So weight-wise, they're within an ounce. They're really nice, soft, full grain cowhide. The higher end lake shoes, I do believe, come with kangaroo. The back here is kind of a cat tongue like experience, so we can hear it. So really grips onto your sock. Let's see, 43 wide here. The inside of the shoe, really comfortable overall. One thing that's really nice about these shoes is they're super easy to get in and out of. Huge amount of space, literally like a slipper. Compared to these Bontragers, these have the kind of modern design where it wraps on itself. It's not. They don't stretch. They have some kind of elastic here that keeps it all together. Harder to get my feet in than these legs, 100%. One thing I find with wider shoes is you can really snap down these boas. In fact, we'll just do this one because it's already done. When my foot's in these shoes, I can get so much tighter. And I think that's the biggest difference, is you can really tighten down these shoes. You're not going to feel tons of pain. You'll feel the pressure, but not pain, going from a narrow to a wide shoe. And I think Lake has nailed it. Now, I know I'm sponsored by this team now. I got these at a discount. I got my MX as well at a nice discount. But regardless of that, if you have wide feet, these are the biggest single upgrade you can make to your cycling experience. Now, they do look a little bit funny on the pedal because they are over half a centimeter wider edge to edge because there is some nice thick leather here. But I definitely have pushed in the pedal all the way to the side and aligned it so I get a nice Q factor. So this is my endorsement of the Lake CX238 shoes, and maybe the 239s in the future, or the modable ones. So Big fan. Please reach out. I'll be doing a mid-summer re-review of how they're holding up. I should be at 3,000-4,000 miles by June cycling. So thank you for joining, and see you again soon.